Hello.
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 All right. Teachers are facing a problem that the guides of our youth and next generation should not have to face. They are being underpaid at a ridiculous level. By raising the minimum wage to just $50,000 would solve problems would solve the problems that our educators are currently facing. We need help combating this issue, um, which is why I'm speaking to you today. Everyone has had teachers when everyone has had teachers growing up, and some still do today. We owe an obligation to our future generations to make sure that they too have competent and capable educators. By giving teachers a livable wage, we can help the teachers who are passionate continue teaching and allowing our students to learn. According to the Learning Policy Institute on July 16th, 2025, at a minimum, 411,549 positions are currently unfilled or filled by teachers who are not fully certified. That is 1 in 8 of all teaching positions nationally. We want our teachers to be competent, skilled, and certified to do what they are supposed to be doing. And what we are doing to our teachers and children is not fair. Um, Teachers make the same or less as lower degreed graduates are currently, with a higher requirement necessary to become a teacher and to continue teaching. Why should they make less money? According to USA Facts on March 28th, 2023, K through 12 teachers make only $600 to $1,300 more than someone with only a bachelor's degree, and almost $20,000 less than other graduates with similarly advanced degrees. And according to the National Center for Educational Statistics on April 17th, 2025, more than half of all teachers hold a master's degree or higher. Why are we paying the educators of our youth so much less than people who have similarly high um, requirement degrees? Teachers should be paid the same as their peers with similarly advanced degrees. And teaching is more than just another job and should be paid as such. Teachers take on many roles, not just teaching. They are not just our educators, they are guides, parent figures, role models, guidance counselors. Why do we pay them so little for doing all of these jobs for us and for our children? Don't you agree that the guides for our next generations should be paid what they deserve? NEA Today on July 24th, 2025 states that over 50% of teachers feel burned out in their duties and roles as a teacher. With all of these different things we assign to our teachers, it's no surprise that they are burnt out. One of the greatest and simplest things we can do to combat this epidemic of burnout in our educators is to simply pay them more. Um, there are many things we can do to help our teachers, but by paying them a wage with which they can survive would greatly allow the more passionate teachers to continue doing what they love and continuing to further our youth. Not passion alone cannot keep our teachers doing what they are doing with such little pay. A job is still a job, no matter how passionate they are. And by not paying them enough to survive, we are killing the American education system. We cannot rely on passion and moral obligation alone to continue this into the next generations. We must band together to make sure that our children have the same level of respect that we once got. Thank you for listening, and I will now open the floor up for questions.
I got a question.
Yeah, Jacob.
Do you think that the pay structure should be tiered based upon the rigorousness of each course? Like, for example, a calculus 1 teacher and a PE teacher in high school?
I do think that pay should change depending on what the teachers are teaching and what roles they are fulfilling. For example, like you said, I believe that the higher tiered education that requires much higher certifications to teach, like calculus or AP physics, should have higher paying roles. But also, there are circumstances where kindergarten teachers do a lot more than just teach. They also watch over children and babysit and supervise. And I believe they should be paid for that as well.
Ah,
Kira?
How do you expect people or whoever pays the salary to trying to figure out how to where do you expect them to get the money from?
Um, I think that a easy way for us to get this money for our teachers to where they are paid a fair wage is to simply slightly increase the tax that we pay. A slight increase in what we pay as Americans is by far over the the benefit that we would gain from this slight increase in what we pay would greatly impact not only the current students but society as a whole. By having better educated children, we could increase the economy, which would then even more impact our current society. Any other questions,
I got a question.
Jessica?
How should, like, the continuing education that teachers have to take on affect their pay?
Yes, great question. I think that teachers who are currently enrolled in school or classes to continue their education or certifications should also be paid for that as well. I think that not only should a increase in pay be effective, but also tuition remission for the classes and certifications they are getting also be offered, along with an increase in their pay or budget. Are there any other questions? Well, if there are no other questions, I thank you for your time and thank you for coming today.